Live.
Yay, we're live. Hello.
Howdy. We made it.
And hi, friends.
Hello. After all the fun craziness of the last few months. All right, people are popping in. Hello, hello. Welcome.
Awesome.
And yeah, we'll just say hello to some folks and wait to get started. Feel free to type in the chat, and we'll give you a shout out. Say where you're from. Yeah, that'll work. Awesome.
Cool.
So
people are loading in. Yay.
Yep. And you can see there's a sidebar on the right-hand side with all the goodies for who's in the chat. We'll just leave it open. It's all kind of public, transparent.
That's fine. Yeah.
The chat's working. Let us know if you can see us and hear our voice. All right. There's Michael.
Hey, Michael.
Awesome.
Hi, Peggy Lee.
And yeah. So this is the new version of Webinar Jam Studio. So I've put as many bells and whistles in it as possible. Like Felicia, at one point I have a video loaded up so I can show one of our videos and all kinds of good stuff.
Oh, cool.
All right. Wow, this is awesome. Hey, Jeff.
Jeff's here.
And Lee from
Terry here from Western
Ontario.
Colorado.
Oh my
Mike's
God,
here
so
from
fast.
Winchester in the UK. Morgane is here from Mount St. Helens, Washington. It's scrolling so fast.
I know. I need my glasses.
Canada is here. Patricia's here from Alberta. Denise of Vancouver. Awesome.
It is scrolling fast. Oh my goodness.
New Gwen's here from New Mexico. Hi.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Here.
This is cool.
Tom, Mary. Hi, Mary's here.
Excellent. So glad
yes,
to have
Jeff,
you.
I know. Now that we're engaged and all. Can you believe you did that? You're so funny,
I
Lou.
didn't say we were engaged. I said
you said we're getting engaged. Is exactly what you said. You're so funny.
With getting engaged with people in our videos.
Oh, that was awesome.
Phil,
big dog, howdy to you too. Hi.
Ireland.
Ireland. Hi, Chrissy.
I have my Irish background up in honor of Ireland.
Marlene, congratulations. I'm glad you don't have any sound problems. You can hear us both. That's good news. I was telling Lou, I always have to keep my finger crossed when I do Webinar Jam because for whatever reason, like, I don't know. I'm hoping that it works out. So, hey, Mtano, how you doing? It's good to see you. Mark's here from Massachusetts.
Tom in Vegas.
Uh-oh, Trisha can't hear. Uh-oh.
You may have to refresh your browser.
What do we, they have to switch your browser. Tell them that because they can't hear you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
You can't hear. Why, you don't read lips?
Yes, there's sound.
Here.
Okay.
Try refreshing your
Hi, Maria.
browser.
Hey, Chrissy. Bill's here from Franklin, Tennessee.
Oh, this is awesome. We got tons
Bill,
of
I'm
people.
moving to Tennessee. I'm so excited. We're moving to Knoxville. I don't know where Franklin is. Is that close to Knoxville? Maybe.
Does that mean you have to develop an accent?
I don't know. I told some of our friends who live down there that I need to learn how to talk Southern. Need a good recipe for some sweet tea, all those kind of things.
Idaho, Atlanta, UK, Missoula, Montana, Toronto, Ireland, California.
Oh, Patricia can hear now. I'm glad.
Nashville. Somebody's
Bill
from
says hold up a sign.
Oh, you're going to Knoxville, right? Not Nashville?
Knoxville, yes.
Okay.
And if for people who live down there, it's Knoxville.
Knoxville?
Knoxville.
Awesome. Michigan, Canada, Lowell. Oh, hi, Kim. Kim's down the street.
Refreshing work. Oh, good, Patricia. I'm glad. Fantastic.
Awesome.
All right. Oh, look, it's 12:01.
All right. So
Let's get started.
Yeah. So we're going to start. I'm going to switch to our slides because we have a presentation for you. Thank you, first of all, for being here. I'm so psyched that you're here. Felicia and I are so excited about this. We were working on it till like 10 o'clock last night. So without further ado, let's switch over to the slides.
Okay, let's do it.
And feel free to continue to ask questions or pop in the chat. We'll be keeping an eye on that as well. But now you should see a screen that says the results are in.
So if you see the screen that says the results are in, just type Y in the chat box so we can see that.
Yeah,
so we know that you can see what we think you can see.
Hopefully you can see what we're seeing. There is a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
But that's okay. And
yes,
then
they're all telling me about the South. Sweet tea, steel magnolias, mint juleps. Jeff says I have a lot to learn about the South. Mike says I don't need to learn how to speak Southern. It's just going to happen. All right. Well, we need to know if you can see the slides. Okay.
Gina, hi Gina, Donna.
Good. Please start the program. We're starting. We just want to make sure everybody. All right. Yes,
All
I'm
right, good.
seeing.
Okay.
Yes, it's good.
All right,
All right. So here
go.
we go. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. Officially, my name is Felicia Slattery, for those of you who don't know me. And my friend Lou Bortone is also here. And it looks like everybody can see the slides. Hopefully you can hear the slides. So all right, the slides, there's nothing to hear. You just hear our voices.
Right.
All right, so we're going to talk about our 30-day storytelling on video challenge and how you can do your own. Here we go.
Absolutely. Here we go. You want me to
go for it.
Movie stats? I love this one because people always say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Apparently, a video is worth 1.8 million words or 3,600 web pages. I can't believe somebody actually figured that out, but that's pretty powerful. And 75% of executives watch work-related videos on business websites at least once a week. That's in addition to all the stuff they're not supposed to be doing on Facebook, probably. 50% are watching on YouTube. I saw a stat last week, Felicia, that said YouTube was sort of bragging that they now have more people watching videos on mobile devices alone than any cable network in the USA. So
wow.
YouTube is bigger than cable.
Wow, that's amazing.
HGTV, CNN, you name it, YouTube's got more people.
Wow.
And 65% of people visit the website after viewing a video. So
okay,
it's
now that's
powerful.
key.
It is
what we want, because we want people to watch our videos and go, that person sounds really interesting. They sound like they know some stuff. That sounds really cool. Let me go learn more about them. So 65% are visiting the website after watching video. I think that's some pretty darn good news.
Exactly. All right, so you tell about this little.
All right, so Lou and I, this is a photo of us from March of 2015. We were at an event called NAMS, stands for Novice to Advanced Marketing System. We were both speaking. And one of the keynote speakers, I was not a keynote speaker in that moment because I was sitting in the audience. And I got very excited because he was talking about storytelling. And I've taught about storytelling before as part of other classes and programs. I love telling stories. In fact, that's the kind of public speaking that I actually grew up knowing, learning how to do, is telling stories really effectively. And so I had this like aha moment. Have you ever had that happen where you're sitting and you're listening to a speaker and you have this like, oh, lightning bolt moment? So I did, and I jumped up. Now I was in the middle of the rows, and they were it was set up like theater style. It wasn't like we were at a table and it was easy for me to move. And I like tripped over the people in front. I'm like, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. I'm trying to like not be obnoxious because there's a speaker, in front of a few hundred people in front of me. And I ran over, and there was a piece of tape by the chairs that Lou was sitting in front of. He sat in the way last row you could sit on, and then they had like some rows that were reserved. My hair got like stuck to the tape. I was like, ow, ow, ow. So I finally got behind Lou. I leaned up in his ear and I go, Lou, I know what our next project together is going to be. And so what did you think, Lou? We never even talked about what you thought. Probably like that I'm crazy.
I was like, oh, well, Felicia's a force of nature, so there's no use saying no. Might as well just go with it.
So that's kind of how this all started. We got on the phone right after NAMS, and I said, let's do this challenge thing. So Lou and I have been friends for a long time. That picture on the bottom right there where we look a little dressed up, that was from 2009. That was the first time we met in person, but we were friends from social media even before that. Last summer, we actually did a speaker video master class. That's the photo on the top right there. So we've taught programs together. Lou has endorsed me in my Kill the Elevator speech book and helped me get Michael Port, New York Times bestselling author, to write the foreword to my book. So, we do fun things together. We're having a good time.
Yeah, and we're not engaged because Felicia's my sister from another mister, and that would be sick and wrong. So I was talking about video engagement.
Yes.
About Lou, that's me. So I spent over 20 years in the television business as a marketing exec at E! Entertainment Television and various divisions of Fox. Been doing online video. I checked my YouTube channel. It's unbelievable. I've been on YouTube for 10 years and doing online video for 10 years, as long as YouTube's been around. And my name dropping includes Michael Port, Allie Brown, Mari Smith, and Felicia Slattery, who I've also worked with in the past.
Yeah.
And that's my little squirrel picture because I have a really short attention span.
What now? Squirrel?
squirrel.
All right. And then just briefly, you know, a little bit about me and some things I've done with video. I actually won a $16,000 prize package by just turning on my video camera and talking. In fact, it was it's the one at the top there with my hand going like that on the top of my head. That was my video, my winning video. You can see the lighting is terrible. But I won, which was kind of cool. I'm a speaker, I'm an author, I consult about public speaking, business speaking, that kind of thing. And I am also the creator of a program called Speaking on Video Bootcamp. So I've done a whole bunch with video myself. You can see all the little video screenshots, all kinds of cool stuff. So, all right, let's move on.
All right.
Let's talk about
what we're doing today.
All right, so today we're going to talk about, first of all, why did we choose storytelling as our theme? It wasn't just 30 days of video. It was 30 days of telling stories on video. And we're going to share with you about why we decided to do that and why you might want to decide to do that too. Why we chose to do a challenge. And then we thought we'd share with you because so many people were asking and they wanted to know, like, how's this video thing going for you? And so Lou's going to share his top 3 most viewed videos. I'm going to share my top 3 most videos. And then we're going to talk about how you can do your own 30-day video challenge.
Okay,
sound good?
Yep, perfect. So Felicia, tell us, why did we do a storytelling challenge?
Okay, so, well, first and foremost, the storytelling idea came from that speaker. And so having told lots of stories on stage, this is something that I've learned, and like I said, I've taught before, but storytelling actually affects the brain in a different way. And so when you're marketing your business, which is what we're talking about here, is marketing with storytelling videos. What it does is it fires multiple parts of the brain. Now, I'm not going to read this slide to you. You can read the slide on your own. But what happens is, emotionally charged hormones kind of flood the brain in a way that's very different than if you're just telling facts or just telling statistics or that kind of thing. Different, as I said, different areas of the brain start to fire in a way that is unlike any other way. And the more that someone's brain is firing, the more of those positive emotions that are going through, guess what? They're going to associate positive emotions and positive energy, because when their brain is firing multiple ways, they're being like they can feel that energy in their brain. They associate that energy as positive energy. They're going to associate that with you. And remember the know, like, and trust thing? Mm-hmm. That's why, right?
Perfect.
So, all right. So then there's more reasons about why storytelling is, if there are 100,500 digital words are consumed by the average US citizen every day. And I know we have people from around the world here. We've got Canada, we have the UK, we have Ireland, but I mean, we have people from South America, but this is just in the UK. You want to make sure that you keep videos for the most part. And we broke some of these rules and we're going to share with you a little bit about that. You want to kind of keep it short and have a title and some copy that grabs readers' attention. So I'm going to share with you the copy that I used in my top 3 videos when we get a few slides down. 92% of consumers want the brands to make ads, make marketing that feels like a story. 92% of people want your stories. That's huge. So you want to deliver content that tells a narrative. And then, by the way, the brain processes images 60% or 60 times faster than they can process words. So you on a screen, they're going to process a lot faster. So use images, use yourself. Telling stories is super powerful.
Awesome.
I'm going to keep going with the storytelling stuff, Lou, okay?
No, don't tell. Yep.
All right. So here's the thing about storytelling. We as human beings, storytelling is in our DNA. This is how cultures and societies have been built since the beginning of time, the literal beginning of time and human beings on earth. They would sit around the campfire and they would share their stories. And the folks that were most revered, the reason why the oldest people in a tribe were most revered was because they had the longest memories. They could remember the stories of the tribe, of the culture, of a particular civilization. And they could transmit those stories and teach them to the young folks. So this sitting around a campfire thing actually continues to play out. If we move over to the next slide, when the advent of radio came about, and because they would gather in their living rooms and they would just talk, and then all of a sudden came this new medium that allowed stories to be told in the home from outside the home. And so here's people, they would get their radio set, they called it a radio set, and it was a big piece of furniture, and they would sit around the radio set just like people would sit around the campfire, and they would be listening to the stories.
They're still looking at the radio though, like there's supposed to be a picture there.
Right, well that's what they did, was they would just watch the radio. Well, guess what? The same scene plays out today. If you move to the next slide, I forgot I included this one. So when TV came along, now it makes sense to at least be watching something, right?
Yep.
Because there's the TV screen. So then people were still sitting around and they're watching stories on TV. And now we're going to fast forward to today. Guess what? Have you ever been holding your phone or your tablet or even your computer and you invited somebody in your home or a friend over and said, hey, look, guys, watch this video. This is hysterical. Or this is so clever. This is so fun or so cute or whatever. Most people have done that. It still continues today. People gathering around something, in this case, a device, so that they can hear other stories. Storytelling is crucial.
Yep. Perfect. All right. So you want to continue with the
I will. Yeah. Storytelling's kind of my thing. Lou will talk a lot. So here's the thing. People remember more with a story than they do with straight facts. So they're going to remember your message. It's going to be implanted in them. Remember all those areas of the brain that are firing more? Because stories engage more areas of the brain, guess what? That helps them with memory recall. They don't even realize they're remembering. That speaker actually did a whole exercise with us and told this whole story about going to the store and getting cake and all kinds of stuff, right? And so, Lou, if you want to answer some of those questions in the chat about sound, because yeah, thanks.
Okay, I'll just type it in there.
Emotion plays an important role in persuasion, and telling stories will elicit that emotion. Remember, persuasion and marketing are hand in hand. It's the same thing. Marketing wants to persuade people to do something. Do you want to persuade people to click a link? Do you want to persuade people to visit another website? Maybe a sales page? Do you want to persuade people to opt into a free webinar? Lou and I told a story on our webinar opt-in page. Maybe you watched that video and said, oh, that sounds like an interesting story. I got to hear how that came about. What happened next, right? So stories elicit emotion, and they're very persuasive, right? And your stories, by the way, that's what's going to make you stand out. One of my clients was telling me, there's so many other people suddenly doing the same thing that I'm doing. And like, I don't know how to stand out. How you stand out is you tell your stories. That's how you become different, because people will remember you for the stories that you tell. Yep. And people share stories more often on social media and other places than facts.
Absolutely.
So that's crucial to know, because you want people to share your stories. All right, Lou, talk about what we learned.
Okay, we learned a lot.
A lot.
Oh, wait a second. Did I skip one?
No, we got them.
We did this one.
Yep.
We did this. Did we do
why 30 days?
Sorry, I jumped ahead.
That's okay. You can tell that.
Okay, so why 30 days? Well, we wanted to make sure that we really had enough time and enough videos to actually do it and really make it a challenge, because anybody can do anything for 2 or 3 days, but 30 days is serious stuff. We wanted to make it doable, but still have it kind of be a stretch. And we wanted to make sure that others would want to do it as well. I mean, it's a big, hairy goal, but it's really worthwhile. And the 30-day challenge is a really popular model. You see blogging challenges and social media challenges and all that kind of stuff. So we said, hey, why not a video challenge? Right? So, yes. And I'm going to continue here.
All right, we did learn a lot.
Oh my gosh, it was crazy. I know.
I think Lou was ready to wring my neck by day like 5.
I thought it was going to be easy, but it really is a challenge. And it really was difficult. I mean, it required some commitment to really be able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So actually what I tried to do, and I think Felicia did the same, was try to do 2 or 3 videos at once so that I'd always be a day or 2 ahead of time. Didn't always work. Sometimes I got a day behind and I had to do 2 the next day, but definitely doing them in batches made it easier. Recycling and reusing videos made it a lot easier. Maybe we could go back to a video we made in the past but didn't post or didn't get that many views, so we could breathe new life into old content. And I am a huge proponent of repurpose, repurpose, repurpose. And then finally, the main thing was that we learned was that accountability is so important, because I know Felicia probably would have quit. I would have quit if we didn't have each other.
Oh, I
Hey,
would have totally quit. Because here's the thing. I picked a really bad month to do this. You would think, because I had a ton of stuff going on. I mean, the week that we started, it was spring break. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
my family got in the car and we drove to Knoxville, Tennessee, where, if you weren't here earlier, you haven't heard my message, I am moving to Knoxville, Tennessee. Well, at the time, we had not announced that we were moving. And so I couldn't make any videos at all about moving, about house hunting, about the kids going to a new, checking out their new school. I mean, there was a ton of stuff I couldn't talk about because we didn't, my husband had some clients he wanted to tell, and he didn't want stuff to, he didn't want his clients to like see it on Facebook, right? And me saying stuff. So anyway, it was a tough time. And, but I ended up traveling to 2 other places during the course of the month. And, if I had not had the accountability with Lou doing this, I totally would have quit. I would have.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a challenge. And for me, especially, what I thought was going to be like a really awesome video wasn't necessarily the best videos. And Felicia was really focusing on telling stories, and I was really a little bit more on the techie gadget end, because I decided that I was going to do 30 different types of videos in 30 days. And what I thought was going to be, slam dunk wasn't always the case. We also learned that the length of the video doesn't matter as much when you're telling a story, because people want to hear the end of the story.
Wait till you see how long some of my top videos are. You're going to be surprised. I was.
And some of mine were as short as 7 seconds, so you don't have to necessarily make a long video either.
Right.
The stories definitely outperformed the bells and whistles, which you'll see in a couple minutes with some surprising results and stats. The whole momentum thing is really, really powerful, and once you get going, you're kind of on a roll, and it's just a great way to get a lot done in a short amount of time. And maybe you could talk about the carryover and other good stuff.
Yeah, my #1 most viewed video actually came 8 days after, and I didn't check before we got on. I'll check in a second here, but it had over 2,600 views last I checked. Maybe it was 2,710 when I checked, I think, last. So, I mean, because people are expecting to see more video.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, did I miss something? I want to check this out and see what this is about. And a ton of new opportunities and unexpected benefits. We each got a lot of those, and we're going to share some of those kind of cool things that happened to us that, we have no idea what's going to happen for you, but maybe some of these things can happen for you. All right, Lou, what were your top 3?
My top 3 videos, drum roll. Coming in at number 3 with 300 views, was the very first video I did on the very first day. I think some of that has to do with the fact that, the longer you have a video up, the more views you're going to get. So you get some of that long tail going for you. And basically, it was just a quick little 2-minute video on here's what we're doing and here's how I'm taking it and making it a little bit different. I didn't script any of these videos, really. This one, like others, were ad-libbed, and I just talked for 2 minutes, and 300 views later on Facebook, we were ready to go. The second most popular video that I did over the 30 days had 521 views, and this was about halfway through on day 20. This was a 2-minute photo montage, no copy, only pictures and music, done on stupeflix.com for free. So a 2-minute video that I put on Facebook got 521 views. And the beauty of this was because I was doing a cool colleague montage, I was able to tag the people in the video. So I got a lot of engagement and a lot of views and a lot of comments. Here's a shot from my Facebook comments from that video. So the whole thing is about engagement and interactivity and connecting with your audience. I mean, these are all people that took the time to stop and watch it on Facebook and then go in and make a comment about
And let's
it.
talk for a second about engagement on Facebook, Lou, because sometimes folks are like, well, so what? You got a bunch of comments.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. On Facebook is a business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody pay money to use Facebook? No, we do not. How Facebook makes money is through their advertisers, right? So a lot of us have pages that and if you want your pages to be viewed, Facebook has changed their algorithms a lot so that now you've got to pay for your page, your ads to be viewed, right? However, on your personal stream, you don't have to pay. In fact, there isn't a way to pay for your personal stuff. So if you're posting these storytelling videos and you're getting a lot of engagement, what happens is Facebook's algorithms go, oh, there's a lot of people watching this. There's a lot of people commenting on this. There's a lot of people liking, sharing this. This person must have something relevant to say to all of the people who they are friends with. And guess what? If Facebook says that, all of a sudden, all of your posts, including the promotional ones, get seen by more people. If that happens, guess what? I just this morning, today, in fact, I posted on Facebook. I said, superty duperty excited. I'm doing this webinar with Lou. Yay, I can't wait. And one nice lady said, you got me, I'm coming. Now, I don't know that that's somebody who normally sees all of my stuff, but because I had a ton of engagement over the past 6 weeks on Facebook, Facebook served up my post that said, hey, I'm having a webinar to somebody who might not have been here otherwise. That's some powerful stuff. And it was free. Okay,
yep. And Facebook is the second most watched venue for video, right behind YouTube. So if you're going to do a video on YouTube, you might as well put it on Facebook. So my top #1 video that had the most views during this 30-day challenge with about 600 was recorded on day 13. And it was really my favorite. It was relatively short, under a minute, but I went a little bit crazy on this one and did a parody of the Don't Be This Me commercial from the Rob Lowe commercials for Verizon or whoever they're from. And it was just a lot of fun to make, and it got a ton of views. And
that was funny. It was funny.
I have it. I think I can try and show it if you want. I have it.
Yeah,
in
see
the
if you
video
can show,
section.
because it's only 50 seconds.
Yeah, let me take a look here. See if
Okay.
30-day video sample.
And in the meantime,
right.
while you're working that out, Deborah Lloyd mentioned that Google also pays attention to Facebook comments, and social signals are part of Google's algorithm too. So that's really interesting.
Cool.
Lorna said, did you only post on Facebook, and was it on your personal page or your business fan page? So I only posted on Facebook. I think I posted 2 or 3 on YouTube, and I put 1 or 2 of them on my blog. My intention was to put them all on YouTube and put them all on my blog. I just haven't done it yet, but I will. And how often were you posting on Facebook? Was Jack every day?
Daily.
Every day for 30 days. I cheated a little and had a couple of days where I didn't post, and I would put 2 up in a day, but for the most part, every day, once a day for 30 days.
Yep.
Shirley wanted to know, did you post on your private page or business page? I was posting on my private page. Every once in a while, I would throw a few over on my business page, but it was all on my private page for the most part. All right, you got the video? Can you play it?
Yep. I'm going to give it a shot. Let's see if this works. And if I go crazy, I'll pop back in. So let's try it. It's 49 seconds, load video. So we'll see if it works. Did you guys hear that?
That's
Felicia?
funny. That is funny. I watched that 2 or 3 times. Don't make sucky videos and end up in jail, just like those commercials, right?
Yeah.
So really clever and creative stuff. People love to see clever and creative stuff, as you can see.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, that was right in the middle. It wasn't, the first video. It wasn't the last video. It was just right in the middle. So 50 seconds, most viewed. Awesome. I love it.
All right, so I'm going to look at yours. I do want to answer a quick question here before it disappears from Susan. Does it find a big difference to share videos directly to Facebook instead of linking from YouTube? Yes. Facebook will give your video more preference and more play if you upload it directly to Facebook rather than sharing it from YouTube. Having said that, it is perfectly fine to put the same video on YouTube and Facebook, and I did that with almost every video.
Oh, yeah, you definitely want to do that.
All right, cool. So let's see. Thank you, guys. If you may need to refresh to get your audio back, let me just type a quick note in here, and then we'll talk about your videos.
Here, go. Could you scroll through before you type? Yeah.
All right, you ready to see the next slide?
Yeah, let's do mine.
Okay, cool.
Oh, your stats.
Let me do my stats first. So 4,500 views. The longest video was 6 minutes and 18 seconds, which was a Just Ask Lou tutorial that had about 100 views. Again, those tutorials by their nature need to be a little bit longer. My shortest video was a whopping 7 seconds that I made with an iPhone app and had 239 views. And it was of the Starship Enterprise firebombing my snowbanks in my yard because I had too much snow. Most of my videos were between 1 and 2 minutes, and even the least viewed video had 48 views. So, every one of those is people that you're engaging with, people that you can add to your list, people that become YouTube subscribers, and all that good stuff. So tell us about your top 3, Felicia.
All right. So my top 3, okay. So actually I would like to point out the difference here. Lou's highest video, that really creative one, that got like 500 and some views. This is my number 3, and it got 737 views.
Oh, rub it in, why don't you?
I'm not rubbing in. Oh, Lou, Bortone. It's because I was telling stories, and Lou was doing a lot of like techie stuff up until that point, and people might have been like, yeah, I don't know if I really want to see the techie stuff. So up until, I mean, I was up to only day 3, people were doing that, right? They were watching, they were like, oh, what's the next story going to be about? So it was only, 3 minutes. The copy that I wrote, so when I say copy that I wrote, so this was in Facebook. So like in Facebook, what I typed like with the video was video challenge day 3, my anchor and the journey of life. And in this video, I was wearing an anchor necklace, and I talked about that. And I only tagged 3 people. I tagged Lou. Lou and I tried to tag each other in almost all of our videos. I don't know if I successfully achieved that or not, but, and then I tagged 2 other people because I talked about them specifically in the video. And I wanted to make sure they knew, like, I'm not talking about you behind your back. So 2 other people. You know what's interesting? So there's Lou Bortone, Jim Edwards, and Lou Edwards. I got Lou's and Jim's and Edwards all over the place. Anyway. All right. So that was 3 minutes. The second video number 2 was 866 views to date. This was posted on day 27 of the challenge. And look how long this was. This was 5 minutes.
God.
That's a long time in video land. And the copy that I wrote was how I met and connected with a person that can help me land a really big fish. It's all about not having an elevator speech. I wrote a #1 best-selling book called Kill the Elevator Speech, Stop Selling, Start Connecting, and connecting with another person on a human level. Now you can see I'm in a hotel room there. So this was during a traveling thing. And by the way, this was my #1 most viewed video during the actual 30 days. But if we go to the next slide, 8 days after it ended, I announced that my family is moving across country. And as of last night, I think there are actually more views as of today because people are still commenting on it. and so there are more views today. I think I'm up to closer to 2,800 views. Wow. And that was posted a week after. It was only 1 minute and 24 seconds. But you can see, like, there's me, there's my family. The only person I tagged was my husband in the video. You could see, like, there's a happy little girl down there, and there's not a happy girl. Like, what's up with that? And so people wanted to see the news. This is the key to getting the tons and tons of views. People love to hear news, and they want to celebrate with you, and they want to hear. So obviously, I'm not telling you you've got to move across country and make a video about it. But if you are making any kind of a big move, make a video about it. If you're having a baby, if you're having a grandbaby, if you're having a puppy, oh my gosh, not having a puppy, adopting a puppy, or you know, adopting a dog. People love that stuff. That's the stuff that you know, that human life is made of. Remember the campfire? We're still doing that. Yep. Larry, I don't know what you mean by your question. Work for CPA affiliate offers. Yes, if you were talking about your story related to affiliate. In fact, one of the things that's a very popular kind of video that I didn't do during the 30 days, but actually one of the video was I told a story about somebody else's book and how I got the book and how I met the person and so forth. So, but another type of popular video is an unboxing video, which is a story in and of itself. Like when you get a product, get something that you are an affiliate for, if it's a physical product, and unbox it with the video on and say, all right, this is the packaging. This is what it looks like. I got this. I'm excited to get it. Talk about all that. So anyway, here's my stats. I had 8,700 views. That was during the month. That does not include the 2,700 of the one video. So if you add them all together, don't make me do math, but I think that's well over 10,000 views.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The longest video was 7 minutes and 35 seconds, and that had 415. The shortest video was 1 minute, 7 seconds, and that had 260 views. Most of the videos were between 2 and 4 minutes. And the least amount of views that I had on any one video was 134, and that was 2 minutes and 42 seconds. So really, time is completely irrelevant when you're talking about, yes, Tom, 30 days for a video a day. None of them were related to each other. It was me telling 30 different stories. I shouldn't say none of them. Some of them were related to each other. I did a series in the middle of, because I was talking about storytelling and we're doing the storytelling challenge. So I did 3 or 4 videos that talked about, here are some stories you don't want to tell. And so, you know, this is the first one. Tomorrow there'll be a second one. And then the next day there'll be the third one. And then, you know, so that's how I did that. But beyond that, nothing else was related to each other. And other than, here's Felicia, I'm telling a story. And by the way, if you're a speaker, telling a story is a really great way to get audience folks and more importantly, meeting planners to notice you. Okay.
So beyond just the views itself, which are pretty cool. And again, you know, I want to sort of emphasize, Felicia got way more views than me on most of the videos. And it comes down to, she was telling stories and I was demonstrating techniques or technology. So that was a lesson in and of itself. But beyond the views, I started a new series called Just Ask Lou with its own webpage and everything, which would help me crank out videos for this, but it also kind of lives beyond the challenge, which is pretty cool because ask videos are really popular on YouTube. I also did a 30-day challenge lead page template that I had custom designed, and I'm now selling that in lead pages in the lead pages marketplace, which is pretty cool, making money from that. In general, a lot more buzz, a lot more visibility, more engagement on Facebook. I was getting invited to teleseminars and summits, and I had to turn down some things because there was almost too many opportunities. I got a lot of new YouTube subscribers, which I don't even really try to get. I just sort of do it organically. And again, just more invitations to be a guest speaker and a speaker at live events as well, just from the exposure and visibility. And on your side, Felicia, I know you got a lot of benefits beyond.
I got a lot of stuff. And in fact, as I was looking at these, I was like, oh, I forgot like a huge thing. So I got specifically 2 speaking gig offers that like are going to make me money, obviously, right? Which is in 30 days that they did not exist before that. That's a big deal. I got a new client who said, oh, I've been watching your videos. Can you be my private client? Or can I be your private client? I was like, okay. I got invited to participate in 2 telesummits. I think I did have to turn one down like Lou did. I got a bunch of affiliate or joint venture offers. People saying, here's what happened. Most of those private messages or emails that came into me started with, I've been loving watching your videos, loving the videos. Those are, doing some cool stuff with your videos, whatever, like that. And then they go, so I wonder if you want to partner with me on something, or, hey, I want to invite you to talk to my list about stuff. Okay, that's awesome. Because guess what? That makes me money. During that period, during one of the weeks in April, I set a personal goal for myself because we are moving. And so it costs money to do stuff around moving, right? And so over and above just the general bills I had to pay, I was like, you know what? I could use an extra $5K this week. So I set a goal for myself. I want to sell $5,000 in a 7-day period. And I did 5,200. Now, some of that I know I can point back to videos, because people who bought stuff, guess what? When they bought the thing that they bought, they hit reply and they're like, I've been watching your videos, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, that's awesome. And then and the cool thing that I totally forgot to put on the slides, I got called up by a radio station in Boston. And there's a guy, his name is Brian, and Brian is a host of his own show. And Brian and it was like, it's on AM radio. And he has a show for small business owners. And he said, would you come and be on my show? I have an 8-minute segment. That 8-minute segment turned out to be, he kept me on the phone for 30 minutes on air. And wait, even better, he said, you know what? I think my readers would love to hear about one of your programs. Would you can we advertise for you? And so I'd like to do a 30-second advertisement for you and run it. Are you ready? For 5 weeks for free. What? From video, because he said, and very specifically, when I talked to him, he said, oh, I was watching I was looking at your videos on Facebook. So here's a couple of things. Number one, make sure your Facebook is public. Make sure your private, personal Facebook is public. Okay, don't fight with me about why you want to keep it private. I don't care. If you're in business, make it public so that anybody can see any video that you make. You want that, okay? Because Google will show your Facebook stuff if you allow them to, which is a good thing, right? And then just make sure that you're providing interesting kind of stories that are going to be relevant to the people you can best serve.
Oh, you know what I forgot to mention? I can't attribute this solely to the video challenge, but my email list grew by 900 people in that 30 days.
Oh, I didn't even keep track of that. That's a good number. That's huge.
Yeah, and a couple quick questions. We didn't do any Facebook ads to promote these. These were all organic. Hi, Rocco. And I tried to post mine to YouTube as well. I mean, there's no reason not to post on YouTube and your own blog if you've got these going. I didn't really measure the traffic from my blog. I was just too busy cranking out videos, but just.
And Kim wanted to know if I did any pitches in my short videos to attract new clients. No. I would start off and I started off with a teaser, and then I'd say, this is another video in my 30-day storytelling video challenge. My name is Felicia Slattery. And then I'd tell my story that I wanted to tell. And I'd say, you can follow along with these on Facebook, eventually on YouTube, and on my page.
Yeah, really the only call, you should have a call to action in your videos, but in this case, our calls to action was basically
follow
stay
along.
tuned for the next video. And
Yep.
So,
and then there was this. I got this private message from someone, and she said, I didn't, like one of the days when I was like late in posting later in the day, I didn't get today's video. I'm hanging on every word. You're amazing. Please keep them coming. I need this right now. You've been motivating me to make some changes. I feel like my creativity is coming back. Thank you.
nice.
And then another message, after watching your videos, I felt the courage to go for a new job. Now, not everybody on my Facebook is in my target market, right? But I mean, apparently I was inspiring folks, which is so cool, right? Cool. And she said, what WWFD, that's my new acronym. What would Felicia do? I mean, like, what? So, and that's just from watching my videos. So.
Awesome. So
Diana, people would say that public speaking, Diana's question is a great question. What about when you have a more professional, non-fun type of business like organization development? I have a whole lot of public speaking students that I used to teach at the community college and University of Illinois, Chicago, and everywhere I used to teach, that would tell you that public speaking is probably the worst possible class they could ever have to take in their entire lives. People who have to do public speaking because they don't want to do it will tell you that that is absolutely not fun at all. So it's up to you to make what you do fun. Because guess what? If I wasn't having fun, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be fine. I'd find something else I thought was fun and do that. Exactly. How about you, Lou? You have fun doing what you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, and in this thing, we had a lot of liberty to kind of mess around and do what we wanted. But if I was doing like a video series, like the Just Ask Lou stuff, I mean, that's, those are just serious, regular video tips. But that doesn't mean I can't.
Fun in there. I mean, you're a funny dude.
I have my moments, so I try and inject a little bit of fun in there. Rocco's here running around right now in the background, so if you hear barking, that's Rocco the pug. He likes to make his presence known in all these webinars. But let's talk about how to do your own 30-day video challenge, or really any kind of challenge that you want to do.
Okay, so there's two ways. We promised we would tell you two ways. So way one, do it on your own, okay? And here's how you do it on your own. First, you got to choose a start date. So whatever date you want. It doesn't have to be the first day of the month. It does, whatever. Doesn't matter, right?
Doesn't even have to be 30 days.
Yeah, just whenever 30 days. Decide on a theme, right? So like we pick storytelling, but maybe you want your theme to be fitness, or maybe you want your theme to be, I'm going to do 30 smoothies. Like if you're, whatever, it doesn't matter what it is you do, right? So whatever. Decide on that type of video that you're going to do. So I did all talking head. I shouldn't say all. I had 2 of my 30 days, I think 2, that were not on talking head. Mm-hmm. Everything else was just me turning on my, by the way, another question that comes up that we didn't write. What camera should I use? Lou, I'll answer it for you. It's this one. It's the camera you got in your hand. If if you've got a smart, I did all of my talking head on my smartphone. This is an iPhone 5S. You can use the old flip camera if you have one of those. You can use any kind of camera that you have. If you have a webcam, if that's all you got, use that. Doesn't matter. All right. So decide on the type of video. You're going to do talking head videos. You're going to do screen capture videos. You're going to do PowerPoint style. Tom, I did 0 editing because I was like, I got to get this stinking video up. Listen, I will tell you, 30 days. We talked about this. It is not easy. And I was like, oh, crud, Lou got his up already. I got to get mine up. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Make my video. Done. Upload. And I was out. So that's how, you do not have to edit these. I might edit them a little. I have a team who does stuff for me. So I might have them like, can you cut off my arm at the beginning and that. But even then, because my arm is holding the phone in most of them, so my arm's kind of got to stay there. But maybe the part where I'm pushing the button, right? I might have them edit out. But I'll tell you what, not one person said, oh, your hand is blocking your face in the first half of a second. So I didn't bother editing. I didn't put, on most of them, I didn't put any kind of text. I didn't even bother with that. I just stuck the video up there. So you want
to sometimes a little more elaborate, just because
you did a ton of editing because you were doing the technical stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I do for a living, so it's easier for me.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have
to. So you could go either end of that spectrum or anywhere in the middle.
It's all about the content, not the bells and whistles.
All right, now listen. Here's a trick that you need to know. Record 2 to 4 videos before your 30 days, and you just put them in your pocket. Put them away. Don't show them, because here's the thing. At some point during those 30 days that you do your challenge, something in your life's going to blow up. I don't know what it is. A kid's going to get sick. The dog's going to have to go to the vet. You're going to get an amazing opportunity, which is super duper fun. And you're so excited about, you're going to get on a plane thinking, oh, when I get off the plane, I'll do it. And you get off the plane and you're exhausted and your hair is a disaster and you just don't want to do that. Right. So just record 2 to 4 ahead of time. Just kind of keep them so that on those days where you're crazy busy or you just don't feel like making a video, pull out one of those and put it up. So there's a little secret tip from having done it. Start and stay committed. You have to be committed. If you're not committed, you'll quit, because I would have quit if I wasn't for Lou. Post on Facebook, post on YouTube, and or your blog. And if you miss a day, I missed a day. I think I ended up with 28. So I obviously missed 2 days. Keep going. All right. So JQ and Diana want to know, did I wear makeup, do my hair? Here's the thing. can you see me right now? I don't know if you can see me down in the bottom,
I'll
but
put you on screen.
I usually will try to do my hair and makeup when I'm doing video. But here's the thing. After about, I don't even remember what day I was on. I was like, oh, forget it. It's just like, I'm filming a video. One of the days we were cleaning the house. I couldn't even say, oh, we're getting the house ready to sell. So I was like, oh, we're doing spring cleaning. And so I just like in spring cleaning, my hair, I mean, a lot of my videos, my hair is up in my clip, you know, so I didn't even bother with that. Whatever makeup I happen to have on. Usually I'll whip a little lipstick on because my face looks kind of washed out without lipstick because I have dark hair and dark eyes and then it looks like there's nothing here. So I slap a little lipstick on before I do anything. That's like, you know, 5 seconds, right, ladies? I didn't even bother with my lip liner. So anyway, so that's, I mean, most of the days, whatever makeup I happen to have on that day would be the day that I would make a video. Some days I made 2 videos because I was like, you know what, I'm done up okay. I'm having an okay hair day. I'm gonna make a second video today. But for the most part, like however I was, I did a couple videos from driving in the car. One day I was driving to Minnesota. Another day the next day I was driving home from Minnesota. I went for a surprise birthday party for a friend. So you know, like however I looked is how I did the video. So don't get tied up in, oh, my hair and makeup has to be perfect, because it doesn't. Because guess what? Then you look like a real person. Now, if you're just doing one video at a time, like, you know, one video a month, well, you know, you don't have a ton of videos up, so you better look presentable. And my goal was to try to look presentable most of the time. For indoor videos, see what the lighting that I have right now, I would face a window. There's a window over there. I'm not pointing at you. There's a window on the other side of the room. So I would face a window and I would turn my camera on and talk. Lou, did you use makeup? Rich wants to know.
No, yeah, I did actually on that. You know, don't be this.
Oh, the Rob Lowe one.
I painted my hair gray so it looked like a Goomba. So. Oh,
that's awesome.
So I did.
All right, so that's how you do your own.
All right, hold on. I'm going to go back to the slides.
Okay.
And I know we've got a bunch of questions, which we're happy to answer.
I've been kind of answering along the way.
Yeah. So Brian says your videos have inspired me to do the home business and a real estate show on YouTube. Awesome. Donna asks, can you upload to Facebook, YouTube, and blogs directly, or do you need interface players? No, you can do it. You can send your video right from your iPhone to YouTube or your iPad if you want. Very, very easy to upload to YouTube. And then once it's on YouTube, you can put it on your blog and you can upload directly to Facebook, or you can share your video to Facebook from
I would upload my video right from my phone to Facebook. So I wouldn't even bother like plugging it into the computer and getting it up. Like I just upload to Facebook, call it a day.
It's pretty easy.
Yep.
All right. So
here,
that's how to do it on your own. But if you want the second way to do it, which is really the right way, is to do it with us, because we've done it before. We did it in April, and we used May to sort of do all the results and things like that. And now in June, as of June 1st, we're going to do another one with participants this time.
That would be you, by the way.
Do you want to talk about, so how this will work is basically you create and upload a new video to YouTube every day for 30 days, or do 3 in one day and then upload them each day. We'll show you exactly how to do that. And you share your video in our private Facebook group if you want to get feedback and support and constructive criticism. You can also, and I would encourage you also to put that video on your own website or blog, because that's really where you're going to start to drive some serious traffic. And then you can view and comment on other videos in the Facebook group. And you do that for every day for 30 days or up to 30 days. And you've got 30 videos. That's, I mean, 30 videos is enough for a year probably. I mean, you've got SEO benefits, you've got traffic, you've got visibility. What else? So, this is what the program itself is about. You want to talk about that, Felicia?
Yes. So you get 2 calls every single week. Tuesday, we're going to do content, and Thursday, we're going to do live Q&A. So like all the questions that you all are asking right now, Lou and I are going to, because once you're in the middle of it, trust me, you're going to have questions. So
Yeah.
we'll be there to answer your questions live. Like the second call, the only content will come from the questions. And the content is going to alternate between, I'm going to teach you how to tell stories. Because like somebody just asked, how do you grab someone's attention within the first 10 seconds? That's an attention getting technique. There are several ways you can do that. We'll be teaching that as part of the program, so that, because that's how you get a lot of views in those first few seconds, you know, and that's how people decide they're going to share it, because they go, ooh, this is really good stuff. They don't just click away. And then, so the content's going to alternate between how do you tell the stories, because as we saw, the stories are what's going to get you the engagement, but you also have to know the stuff that Lou talks about, like the video piece, because there's a lot of technical aspects to that. And if you don't know it, then you're going to miss out on a lot of the benefits that you could get otherwise. So you're going to get both kinds of content, which is what makes this kind of a challenge completely unique and different than anything that we've ever seen anybody doing.
And we will get to your questions in a moment, but Felicia, you're going to mostly talk about storytelling. So you want to talk about what you're going to be teaching over the course of this?
Yeah. So, all right. So first of all, we're going to talk about how do you determine what stories that you want to tell on video so you get the greatest impact, the most views, the highest level of credibility. What stories not to tell. Now, I made some videos, by the way, about stories not to tell, but there are other stories not to tell that are your own personal stories. We'll talk about that. What you should do if you feel like you don't have stories. That's probably one of the most frequently asked questions that I get from speakers who go, well, yeah, but I don't know. I just had like a normal life. I don't really have any stories. So I have an entire method that I will walk you through step by step. You'll have more, by the time we're done with the content, you'll have more stories than you will know what to do with. And here's what you'll do with them. You'll tell video. Where to find daily inspiration, because some days I would wake up in the morning and be like, I don't even know what I'm talking about today. I had to make a video in 10 minutes. I don't even know what I want to say. I think about it for a few minutes because I've done this a lot, and I would know where I was going to go. So I'll teach you how do you find that daily inspiration. The 12 morals to stories that people love to hear, and how you can match your stories, the things that have happened in your life, to those 12 morals that people love to hear. How do you take storytelling and turn it into sales? Because guess what? Stories are great, but I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm in business to make money, right? So if you're in business to make money, telling stories actually will do that for you. And it's kind of fun too. It's fun for you. It's fun for your viewers. So we're going to talk about exactly how storytelling equals sales. And then the 6 keys to effective storytelling on video. Some of this is like presentation stuff that you need to know. And then 5 big mistakes when telling stories so that you avoid those, because we don't want to make the mistakes. And by the way, even if you do make the mistakes, it's okay, because during the 30 days, you're going to make some and people are going to forgive you and they're going to watch the next one anyway. But if you know what they are, it's easy to avoid them. All right, so that's the storytelling side. Lou, what's the video side?
On the video side, we'll show you how to post your videos to Facebook. Somebody was asking where you see the views and where to post, how to post them to YouTube to get the most views, and how to put them on your own blog. And then what to write when you post your videos, because it really is a different process on Facebook than it is on YouTube. We're going to show you how to optimize YouTube for maximum views and engagement, show you all kinds of cool ninja tricks like YouTube cards, which are very new and a way to drive traffic back to your website, how to repurpose your existing content into videos. I mean, if you have an article, if you have a blog post, you know, that's video content potentially. I'm also going to show you how to simplify and streamline the entire process to make it easy to do videos, and show you how sometimes I did these in 5-10 minutes, and mistakes to avoid, and then how to really maintain that video momentum and get all those benefits from doing the videos, because obviously you want some ROI on that. We're going to give you in this program daily support, motivation, and accountability, which is key. Key. And it's also fun to be part of, you know, a supportive, positive community who really sort of pulls each other up and helps each other out. I've done these before where we've had, you know, a lot of really, really great stuff going on in the community itself. And by doing this content, you're going to get a ton more visibility and credibility, and also a lot more search engine optimization, because more videos means more SEO juice.
Yep.
So you'll get the weekly training every Tuesday with Felicia and I, and then on Thursday we'll do a separate and exclusive Q&A call to sort of answer all the questions that come up and help you along with any challenges you might have. We're going to discover tips and resources on making your video message more powerful with storytelling. And again, you're going to have up to 30 new videos that you can multi-purpose for blogs, for YouTube videos, for Facebook, for tip series. I mean, really, you know, once you've got that many videos, it's enough for, you know, practically a year. Do it every one for, you know, every one a week for 30 weeks. Mm-hmm. And you'll get access to the videos that Felicia and I created, which include additional tutorials, ideas, inspiration, shortcuts, all that good stuff.
Yep.
So you want to take this one?
Yeah. So, you know, doing this dramatically increases your online visibility, which is cool, right? Mm-hmm. When you're visible online, here's the thing. One of the things I love about video is that whenever I go to events, people will be like, I see you everywhere. Yes. And they also say, I feel like I know you. Well, mm-hmm. Of course, I just told you every single thing there is to know about me and my whole life on video.
Yeah, it'll really help you stand out, be unique and memorable, build momentum and buzz for any upcoming products or launches or services that you're doing. Obviously, you'll get a ton more engagement on Facebook, which is great. It starts conversations. You can populate your YouTube channel so that you're going to be getting more views and better SEO, and ultimately get your message out in a more powerful and engaging way.
And by the way, if you haven't seen the link at the bottom of every slide, that's where you go to register. It's 30-dayvideochallenge.com.
I'll bring that up in the
you can pop in for people.
Yep, I'll bring that up.
Okay, go to the next slide, and then while I talk, you can type.
Okay, hold on a second. There we go.
Oh, okay. So these are actually regular bonuses.
Not that
everybody gets these. So we've got some bonuses. I've got a speaking on video delivery tips report that I did that'll help you with kind of the basics of delivery, and that you can read that and be ready to go with that from day one. I've also, I'm pulling together right now a list of vendors that I approve of for getting video intros and outros made. I did not use video intros and outros in my challenge. Lou used his. Lou used some for him, and obviously Lou created his own. He's not going to do one for you. So, so we've got one. I've got a list of folks that I use. If you're not familiar with the site Fiverr, I've got a list of folks that you don't even have to sift through and be like, you know, down the rabbit hole of Fiverr for hours, because you could. So we'll give you those so you can get those done. Lou's got 5 favorite video tools on a one sheet that he'll share with you. And he's got a new video shortcuts Udemy course that I think we charge $47 for, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you guys will get that as part of joining the challenge.
Right. It's 4 weeks, all of June, and 2 weekly calls. So basically 8 calls or webinars or chances to be with Felicia and I. So 8 altogether. I'll let you read this.
Okay, so this is Angela Sutcliffe, and she took our class last year. Actually, the testimonials you see are actually from Lou and Felicia together. These are not just Felicia testimonials or Lou testimonials. So Angela went through a program that we did last year. This is a totally different program, by the way. And so she talks about how you saw the first video I put up. And so on the 5th video, I wanted to show what a video a day has done to my skill and professional level. And so she challenged her own self. That program wasn't a video a day. She just said, you know what, I'm going to do a video a day, and it's paying off. By the time by the end of our time together, I'm excited to see where it's headed. Thanks for the support. So, Angela got some awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then Adam Homey is a business coach, and he says, you know, what I'm liking about it, and this is how Lou and I organize things as we work together. So same thing, it opens you up to the opportunities and many ways you can succeed with this type of video marketing. So, because that's really what we're talking about here. I mean, storytelling on videos for your business is video marketing. Yes, Chris will be recording every session. Every Tuesday session is the content. Every Thursday session is the Q&A. You'll have access to that. We haven't talked about how long, but I always like to say for my folks, as long as the internet is running and my business is going, you'll have access. I mean, however long that is.
Yep.
I'm not planning on going anywhere for the next, I've got about a 15 to 20 year plan. So a while.
Awesome. And you pointed, we were talking about last night. It's like, I don't think there's anything out there with this, unique combination of storytelling and video nuts and bolts. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1, twofer.
Yeah, it is a
time,
twofer.
save you money, tons of benefits. And what is this going to cost you investment wise?
Okay, so think about this. It's 4 weeks of content plus a live Q&A, right? So how much would you normally have to pay? Some programs, it's like $2,000, right? Remember the big launches that you saw recently of the $2,000 launches? So that is, so I just put $499 as the value. I should have put $2,000. We are going to be charging $197 for this. So that is going to go up pretty quickly. And so today today for the webinar, I'm not sure. We haven't decided what the deadline is on that. It could be today. It could be tomorrow. I don't know. For the webinar special, it's $147, and you get everything that we talked about. And what else?
8 calls with us, the Facebook group, accountability, and
if you join before we are done today, before we end this webinar today, we will give you a personal and private critique for 3 of your videos. You pick which 3 they are. You don't have to post them on Facebook for everybody to see. You can send them to us privately. We'll show you how to do that. If you don't know how to do that already, we'll show you how. And then we will give you our honest critique about how your video looks, how it sounds, what your story sounds like, etc. So that's for everybody who signs up before we're done with this webinar today, and we're getting close to the end. So go to 30-dayvideochallenge.com. Lou put the link there in the chat. And join us.
Also on the pop-in, if you look on the right-hand side, if you go into pop-ins, you'll see the actual little.
Oh, cool, on pop-ins, I love it.
Yeah. What else we got here? So, we also have an opportunity to get additional coaching with Felicia and I for a pro version. When you go to the web page at the very, very bottom, you'll see this opportunity to upgrade to the VIP level, which includes personal coaching with Felicia and I. And that obviously that price also includes the regular video challenge as well. And what do they get for a fast action bonus for that?
So that I'm going to offer. So the Q&A thing, we think the Q&A thing is pretty valuable. It's always been for me whenever, when I'm in the middle of something and I'm trying to do it, I like, wait, what did they say? Can I just ask a quick question? Well, you can. During the program, you get our Q&A, but I'm going to offer every Monday, I do a live Q&A call for my people. The only way to get into that program is to have been a past customer, a client, or current client, customer of mine. And that is a paid program. People pay, depending on when they signed up, anywhere from $47 to $97 to be a part of that. I'm going to give you 2 months access to that Monday Momentum call, but that's if you join VIP only and you do it while we're on the call. So again, if you join VIP, you're going to get private coaching with me, private coaching with Lou, and if you decide you're going to join us in the VIP while we're on the call, I'll give you 2 months to my Monday Momentum so you can keep your momentum on your videos going. And also, by the way, I work with people on let's get you booked, let's get you in front of audiences who are your ideal audiences, on live stages, on webinars. How do you make products around what you teach, what you sell, all of those things. You can ask any question you want in Monday Momentum. And by the way, other people will be asking those kinds of questions. So, I'm happy to help you.
Awesome. So this starts pretty quick. It's June 1st is day 1. June 2nd will be the first call because that's Tuesday. It's Felicia's birthday. Is that your birthday?
Yes, that's my birthday.
Cool. All right.
June 2nd.
And we'll meet Tuesday
presents.
and Thursday every week. And everything will be recorded if you can't make one of the calls. And basically, you'll get the opportunity to have 30 videos working for you in as little as 30 days. And we'll help you every step of the way. Let me go and see if we have some questions.
Jerry says, I noticed nothing is said about Android phones. Yes, well, my husband's an Android guy, so he uses his. Susan wants to know if she needs a promo code, not letting submit order. Lou, everything's working on that page. There's no promo code, is there?
No promo code. It should work.
Awesome.
I'll double check.
Georgia's in. Welcome, Georgia. Super
Awesome.
excited. So Jerry, you can use your Samsung or whatever Android phone you'd like to use. The Facebook app is how I uploaded, and the Facebook app is the same everywhere.
Mhm.
So YouTube has an app for Android, so you can upload directly from your phone to YouTube. So Lou and I are just both Apple people for the most part, so we both have iPhones, but we
Doesn't make
will
any
not
difference for me.
discriminate. We take Apple and Android.
Yep, I have. I just tried the page and it seems to be working, so you may want to try it again. The page looks like this. This is the 30-day video challenge page that we had designed special for this promotion. So the top link is the regular challenge. The link at the very, very bottom is the VIP upgrade. All right, Stacy's in, yay! And
Awesome.
sales page says $297 per forward. Slide said $247. That's interesting. I'll check on that. It doesn't matter because if you buy the regular one first and then you upgrade, it's going to be. I'll send you a separate thingy. So I think the main thing for this, honestly, is the ability to do a lot of video and a lot of compelling video, and have somebody or two people, actually two pros, help you every step of the way. Because the thing is, a lot of people just simply won't get started if not for something to keep them accountable like this.
Jerry, you cracked me up. Thanks. You are discriminating. He LOL'd.
I'm going to stop sharing my slides for a second.
Okay. Yes, we will discriminate a little.
Hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
All right.
It says Lou Bortone is no longer presenting, but I am.
Yeah. See?
Let's see. I hear you, Lou. You're
You
good.
see Rocco?
There. Molly
Stacy?
says, I'm in now. This will change my life. Oh, thanks. You're welcome. There's Rocco the pug. Hi,
Yes.
Rocco.
Rocco.
Does Rocco speak if you tell him to, or no, only when he feels like it?
Only when he's not supposed to. So,
Stacy, I knew somebody was going to ask that. You're very smart. Since the first call is on the 2nd, is there any guidance for the videos on day 1 and 2? Yes. We'll send you an email and let you know what day 1 and day 2 videos should be.
Yep.
So yes, we'll tell you that. So that was a good question. Actually, day 1 should be done on June 1st. Day 2, you can come to the program.
And then
Chris says, hi guys, I signed up for the pro version. Felicia, I'm looking forward to becoming as motivated as you are. Listen, I'm only motivated when I tell people, like the whole world, that I'm going to do something. And then it's like, oh, good grief. All right, I'm doing it.
Okay. So,
because I already said to everybody, Elizabeth's in, awesome. Belinda's in, awesome.
$297. Felicia, I think you did this. We did the slide wrong, but don't think about that so much as like basically for a little bit more money, you can get coaching with Felicia and I that I know for me, I charge.
Okay, yes, we did. Did we do the slide wrong? So it's $297. We screwed.
This is what happens when you do stuff at 10 o'clock at night.
Listen, I charge $500 an hour, and you're going to get an hour with me and an hour with Lou.
Mm-hmm.
and 2 months of my whatever, what's it called? Monday Momentum.
Yeah.
So I think there's enough value there to call it $297. And I will apologize for making the mistake. Guess what? People make mistakes, and it turns out we're human. Oh my gosh. And that's it. Rocco is handsome, isn't he? Yes, I love Rocco.
Rocco.
So Stacy says, thanks. Awesome. Offering this in the fall, summer's crazy. All right, here's GQ. Listen to me. I'm going to tell you this right now. Summer is crazy. There is not any time of the year that's not crazy. Remember when I said March? I traveled to Knoxville. I traveled to Minnesota on one day and home the next day. I traveled to San Francisco. I was in a video studio in San Francisco with a friend of mine, Joel Com. Mm-hmm. We were recording a product together for 3 or 4 days in a row. Mm-hmm. I was on airplanes. I would directed a play for my kids' school. I am telling you, I am a busy mama. I got a lot of stuff going on. It took me however long you see those videos. So 2 to 4 minutes. I would turn the thing on. I'd go, here I am. I'm doing my thing. And then I would turn it off. So we don't know if we're going to do it again. We think we are.
Yeah, I mean, there really is no ideal time except the present.
And it's not going to be 147 again. I'm just saying.
That's for sure. Yeah, because this is 8, basically it's 8 chances and 8 calls with us, with Felicia and I, 2 for 1, and the accountability of the Facebook group and the whole community, because people really kind of egg each other on and help each other. And, the other thing is the people that you meet in these classes, you tend to develop relationships with and do JVs. I mean, that's how Felicia and I started. Really, we met at NAMS, I think, or even before
Absolutely.
that. So,
no, Terry, 297 includes the challenge.
yeah, absolutely.
Mary, once the 30 days are done, you'll have 30 videos, and we'll tell you during the program, like, all right, so now what are you going to do once you've uploaded? Because our goal for you is every single day you're going to shoot one video and you're going to upload the video somewhere to at least one place, whether it's to our private group or to your Facebook private, or your Facebook, your personal Facebook, or your business Facebook, or your YouTube, wherever, right? Wherever it's easiest for you to upload. Eventually, we want you to upload these suckers everywhere.
I'm all
Eventually,
about leverage.
we want them all over the place, because that's how you get the traffic back to your website. That's how you'll get a lot of stuff. But even just putting them in one place. In fact, that was one of the things that I was really happy about, not getting all my videos up on YouTube. Like I said, I think I might have 2 up there. Is all of the results that I got were just from putting these videos on Facebook, on my personal Facebook. So awesome. That's it.
In
OJQ. Yeah, if you don't have internet access, that'll be a problem.
Chris says, thank you, Chris. For those not sure, if you don't do it, your videos won't get done, period. I have tried to do this myself and it just doesn't work. I mean, that's the main thing, is you're going to have accountability and Felicia and I showing you and telling you and helping you get them done, because I know, look, I do video for a living, and for me, I had to sit down and, some days I did 2 or 3, but you'll have, even if you, like, let's say you fade out at day 20 or something, you still got 20 videos done.
Yes.
That's 20 more than you probably have now.
I just got an idea.
Okay.
You don't even know I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say this. All right. So here's the thing. So the accountability was between Lou and me, right? And at this point, we've got at least a dozen, probably a couple of dozen people. I don't have it. Lou's got access to all that. So we got a bunch of people who are already signed up. So you might be thinking, well, I can maybe fade into the background. So here's what we're going to do. Oh, Lou, you don't even know this. This is what we're doing. We're in the Facebook group. We're going to ask you to partner up with at least one, but I'm going to say 2, because at some point, like, one of those 3 people might really have a huge major life issue. We don't know, right? So we want you to, so we'll talk about this in the Facebook group, that you'll be partnered, you and 2 other people, so that when you see, like, for example, like Maria says she's in, she's nervous but excited. So Maria's in and Chris is in. So let's pretend Maria and Chris are accountability partners, right? So Maria sees Chris put his video in and she goes, oh, dang it. And Chris is going to go, I got mine up. Maria, did you get yours up? And Maria's going to go, all right, hang on, I'll do mine. Just like I did when Lou, we had these conversations back and forth between each other. Like Lou would go, I saw you put yours up, and I was like, I knew how to get mine in. So that's how we're going to help you with the personal accountability. We're going to help you, choose somebody who's active in the group, and you guys can keep each other accountable, in addition to Lou and me being like, hey, TikTok people, where's your video?
Awesome. So it's 30-day or 30-day video challenge.com, and you'll see the lovely sales page. Somebody asked if we can give them the challenge sales page that we did, or the template. I'm not sure, because now that's in lead pages, but if there is a way to finagle that, I'll get it to you.
Cool.
Okay, I see. Yeah, we'll take care of that, Elizabeth. I think she signed up for both, which is okay, but we'll just refund you.
Okay, so that's a great question. Elizabeth wants to know, what if I signed up for the basic challenge, but I really wanted pro, and I signed up for both? If you decide you want pro, and you want private coaching with Felicia and private coaching with Lou, and for us to privately give you feedback on 3 of your videos, you need to do the 297 option. Now, if you've already done the 147 option, that's okay. We'll hit the refund button. That doesn't take but a minute, right? So we'll hit the refund button, but make sure you're in for the 297 level, so that we can see when we're done here today, when we end this webinar, Lou's going to look at his list and he's going to go, all right, everybody who opted in during the webinar, they get the fast action bonuses. Everybody who doesn't, you still get the upgrade of the private time with us, but you don't get the extra stuff.
Awesome. And Linda says she's nervous. That's natural and that's fine, but that's what we're here for. We're gonna make it easy and help you get it done. And remember, I did a video of I pretended Rocco was driving the car because he was sitting on my lap in the car. I mean, that was one of my videos. So, and it was one of the more viewed ones too. So I was teaching
Yeah.
Rocco how to drive.
Awesome.
So your
And Deborah
videos
was
can
in.
be,
Awesome. Yay.
you know, business, pleasure, whatever. And you have, there is a way to make fun videos for regardless of what business you're in. I was looking the other day because I was curious, like I wanted to see what kind of clients I've had that have done video. So let's see, astrologers, accountants, intuitives, yoga instructors, a dog rescue place. Yay, Rocco. You know, horse trainers, inventors. I'm just like, so basically it doesn't matter what niche or what industry you're in, video will help you get more visibility, more credibility, and more, ultimately at the end of the day, more clients, which is always cool. And Terry's asking, is the critique of 3 videos with the VIP? I believe that's the way you set it up, right, Felicia?
I'm checking because we just came up with our bonuses yesterday. Like what would be some awesome bonuses? So, all right. So the regular bonuses, you get the speaking on video delivery tips report. You get a list of approved vendors for the video intros and outros. You get Lou's 5 favorite video tools. You get Lou's Udemy course. That's a $47 thing. So that's for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the everybody who signed it up today, even at the 147 level, will give you the private critique for the 3 videos.
Cool.
If you upgrade, which is 297, not 247, the upgrade for 297, that's my bad. I apologize. See, people do not hire me for numbers. No. So when you upgrade to the 297 level, you get the private coaching call with each of us, and then you get the 2 months of Monday Momentum with me. That's the weekly Q&A after the program is over.
And
so that's what you get.
Molly says, I know it's a little confusing because again, we, you know, with the upgrade level, what I'll do is if you already purchased the regular one and you want to upgrade, I'll just send you or offer another link for the upgrade so you don't have to go back in and do anything else. So don't worry about it. I mean, we take care of all that stuff.
So if you want to do the upgrade and you've already paid for the 147, forward your receipt to Lou. Lou, what's your email?
VIP@loubortone.com.
Okay, so he's going to type that in. Forward your receipt and say, "Hey, I want to upgrade to the VIP level." And if you as long as you send that email while we're on the call, then Lou will get you upgraded. He'll send you a special link for the extra, for the additional, so that you can upgrade, and then you'll be in for the VIP level.
Rocco fell asleep in my lap, so it's taking me longer to type. Sorry.
Oh, just awake.
Let's see if there's any other questions before we wrap up, because we're just about done here. I'm going to go to the slides and see if I got everything in that I was supposed to get in here on the slides. Any other questions you see on the chat, Felicia?
For those of you who might be having a problem, Susan said she was trying Chrome, Firefox, IE, and still can't submit order. I'll try my phone later. Need to get on a meeting for another meeting.
No problem.
Hopefully you can give me the extra bonus. So if you're having a problem, just send Lou's remember, Felicia's not the numbers person, so send Lou the email and say, listen, I tried to get on, here's blah blah blah, and we'll make sure we get you the bonuses. But that's if you're really having a problem. So that's all. And we're going to trust you that you're really having a problem. Don't lie. All right, let's see what else.
And there will be a replay of this. Yay, Deborah. She's petrified, but in. That's okay. We're going to get it done together.
Deborah Lloyd, you are going to be awesome. Okay, so Deborah is a Brit. She has a beautiful voice. She has a beautiful face and has fantastic stories. I don't even know what you would be scared of. You're going to be awesome.
It'll be fun. All right, I'm going to put Felicia on camera one more time. Remind everybody that there is a thing on the top right called pop-ins. So you can join right from the webinar with the join now, the yellow join now button on the right-hand side, right? And any other questions, Felicia, that you see? Otherwise, we'll wrap up shortly.
Terry says, this is scary, but I'm taking the plunge. I'm so happy you are. Yay!
That's awesome.
We're going to make it less scary.
Yes, that's the whole thing. I mean, you really can do this relatively simply, and it doesn't have to be overwhelming, and that's a lot of what we're going to be talking about. And the other neat thing is I found, like with me, and like I say, I do a lot of video, but as I was doing them, I was like, oh man, I can do like 3 or 4 a day. I mean, if you wanted to do a 20 video tip series of some of my best viewed videos are 30-second tips. Boom, done. I just cranked them out. I did them right in Google Hangouts. I didn't edit them. And I had these videos on YouTube. And the next thing you know, I'm, getting asked to write books and saying, oh, you're the video expert. It's like, I guess. So yeah.
Oh, somebody asked Lou, if you're making video, or it was earlier, if you're making videos, like you're doing a batch of them and you're doing, 5, 10 in a row, whatever. Yeah. Are you changing your top? I don't when I batch mine, but I don't make a ton of them at a time.
I'm rarely, unless I'm doing like 25 or something, I may change my top. But the truth is that it's really not about who you're wearing. It's about your content. And people are really going to YouTube, especially YouTube, for answers and solutions. And if you can provide those, it doesn't really matter what you're wearing. You can do, and we're going to be showing you, it's not all necessarily on-camera videos. It could be talking head. It could also be slides, like the way we've done this webinar, for instance, is a combination of on-camera and slides through Google Hangouts. So we'll do all that funny stuff too.
Rich asked a good question. Will we get input prior to June to start thinking about stories?
But yeah,
that's something we'll put in the autoresponder series. So we'll send out his email. We're going to be doing stuff in the Facebook group. So
right away, right? Yeah, the Facebook group will be open prior to June 1st to get the ball rolling and get some momentum going. And if necessary, you may have to send me an email and say, hey, add me to the Facebook group. Let's see. Jack says wear a t-shirt with your website address on it. Now that's not a bad idea, actually.
Right. Hey, Donna, we'll go through and explain kind of all the technicalities of stuff, but Lou can give a quick answer to that question about starting and stopping Hangouts.
Yep. I did like a quick little separate Hangout for every video. Okay. And that way it uploaded separately as a separate video to YouTube, because when you record on Hangouts, it goes to YouTube automatically. So it's probably one of the easiest and quickest ways to do a lot of videos in a short time with no editing. And we'll show you all about that when we get there.
Maria wants to know, is that a mic in front of you? Do we need that to do videos at our desk or something you recommend? No, this is my Blue Yeti. Here it is. Hi, Yeti, Yeti, Yeti. I just got this about a year or so ago. I did not use my Yeti at all. I use my Yeti for webinars because it has superior sound quality. For my video, I'm telling you, this is it. Yeah,
most of mine I did on my iPhone.
Boom, turn it on and talk.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. It's like, I was just outside and I'm like, okay, what can I talk about? Oh, today's, it was Earth Day or whatever. So I did a thing about recycling videos rather than recycling in general.
Awesome.
So, I mean,
so we'll talk about, ideas and inspiration and all of that for sure.
Yep. All right. I'm going to come back on camera to say goodbye.
Okay.
Unless you have anything else, Felicia. Hold on a second. It's 30-day videochallenge.com. And I think we are in pretty good shape on the questions. Let me just check. Hello. I've got my green screen behind me. We'll be talking a little bit more about that in the challenge too. You certainly don't have to do that, but it is an option. Be helpful to have some tips about stories sooner rather than later. We'll put some stuff in the Facebook group prior to June 1st just to get things up and running. And it's a private Facebook group, so it's a safe place where you can ask questions or put videos or do anything without any fear of,
Hey, Lou,
public.
What do I have to do to get on the screen?
Oh, I have to press your button. There you go. You're on.
Press my button. Chris wants to see my Yeti.
Okay.
It
looks like R2-D2.
Can you see me?
What is it, like 70, 80 bucks?
This is 100.
That's 100? Okay.
Get 90, 96,
It's a USB microphone. You don't necessarily need anything that fancy schmancy.
Yeah, no. You don't need a microphone like this at all to do video.
Yeah, and I use, 99% of the time I use my iPhone.
Yep,
or
me too.
Android. My wife has an Android and she did all the videos of our prom last week when I had my kids at the prom. I'll have to put some of those videos up because my daughter won prom queen.
Your daughter is gorgeous.
Oh, thanks.
Wow. All right. So Donna, here's the secret. The whole thing is an experiment. Do not feel like you have to get every single video right. you just start making videos. And at
Mhm.
some point, it's going to click in for you if you've not done it before. And when it clicks in for you, you're going to go, oh, I totally get it. And at that point, you could decide to keep your first couple of videos up and say, look, this is where I was. Lou, actually part of our process, Lou showed his very first video that he did on YouTube in 2005 when YouTube just started to be a thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, I keep stuff up. Just keep it up because people love to see that. Chris wants to know what camera I'm using for my webinar. I use an external Logitech that
I'm just using the camera that's in my iMac, which is an iSight built-in camera. Oh, one other thing I want to mention real quick before we wrap up. One of my clients, I'm so proud of her, from Costa Rica, has a vacation house in Costa Rica. And when she
Are we going there?
Hopefully we'll have a retreat there. But she said, all right, I just got a new Mac. Where's the on button? I mean, that's how technically aware she was. She started doing little tip videos with her iPhone about if you're traveling to Costa Rica, do this. If you're traveling to Costa Rica, do that. One of her videos has 75,000 views. So she had 0 when she started. She has about 100 videos on YouTube, and the total amount of her video views are 250,000. She has 250,000 views on her videos.
That's incredible. All right. Yep. The reason I just blocked my camera is people are asking what camera I'm using. So this is the only way I could show you. So I took a picture of it. It's a Logitech. Can you see? So I'll post that in our Facebook group once the Facebook group is a thing, because it's not a thing yet.
Right.
But it will be.
But it's not,
it will be by the end of the day.
All right, guys.
All right. Any more questions? I think we're good, right?
Yeah, if you haven't already done it.
Thanks for joining. We can't wait to have you and get started and
it'll be fun.
Dig in and tell stories. Yay!
It'll be fun. All right, so there's the offer. I'll leave it up for a couple minutes. 30-dayvideochallenge.com. Replay coming soon. And that's it, Felicia. We're off the hook. I'm going to go sit in the sun, I think, and take Rocco.
We have our first showing of our house today, so I'm going to go finish cleaning my house.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the challenge. Thanks for being here, and we'll catch up with you all soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye for now.